The United States of America is made up of 50 federal states and one federal territory. Each of these 50 federal states is like a state in itself, and they come together to form the United States of America. This state is the most powerful state in the world, economically, militarily, and politically. Some of the states that make up the United States of America are much more powerful and important than others. Some of them alone have more economic and political power than many large countries. In this video, we will take a closer look at the 5 most important of the 50 states that make up the United States. Don't forget to like the video. The state of Florida is the #1 destination for beach vacations in the United States, with popular destinations such as Miami, Palm Beach, Daytona Beach, Tampa Bay, and Key West. Not only summer vacations, but also entertainment venues such as Disney World, SeaWorld, Universal Studios, and Legoland attract millions of people from all over the world, welcoming around 140 million domestic and international tourists a year. Florida is known as the Sunshine State due to its prominent tourism industry. While tourism is a very important sector for the state, there are of course other important reasons why Florida is the 5th most important state in the United States. With more than 22.5 million inhabitants, Florida is the 3rd most populous state in the United States. Economically, it ranks 4th. Florida is one of the states with the fastest economic growth. The Kennedy Space Center, where many of NASA's space missions have been and continue to be carried out, is also located in this state. The state of Pennsylvania is the birthplace of the United States of America. The American Declaration of Independence, which announced the unification of the 13 British colonies into a single independent country, the United States of America, was signed and proclaimed in the city of Philadelphia in this state. Not only that, but it also played an important role in the Civil War, which threatened to divide America at its very beginning. The Battle of Gettysburg, fought between the abolitionist northern states and the abolitionist southern states, took place in Pennsylvania and played a decisive role in the outcome of the war. After the Battle of Gettysburg, the bloodiest battle of the American Civil War, it became certain that the abolitionist Northerners, including the state of Pennsylvania, would win the war. In the United States, oil was first discovered near the city of Titusville in northwestern Pennsylvania. The foundations of American industry were also laid in this state. Before World War II, it was often the source of materials for infrastructure projects in the United States. To this day, the city of Pittsburgh in the state is the center of the steel industry in the country, hence the city's nickname, the Steel City. According to the business magazine Fortune, 21 of the 500 companies with the highest turnover in the world are located in Pennsylvania. The state also plays a critical role in elections in the United States. The voting preferences of its citizens are highly volatile. In neck-and-neck national elections, the party that comes in first place in Pennsylvania can have a huge advantage in the overall outcome of the election. This has been the case in many elections in recent years. In the United States of America, there is also a state called New York, although the city of the same name has taken precedence over the state. And this state is the 3rd most important state in the country. And of course, New York City, where 2/3 of the population lives and which is one of the world capitals, makes this state stand out. New York serves as a financial center not only for the United States but also for world markets. Wall Street, where financial institutions gather, is considered the summit for all people in this sector. The world's largest stock exchange and NASDAQ, the world's technology exchange, are located here. It is a very important place not only for finance but also for culture and arts. Broadway Street, known for its musicals, is considered the world's pinnacle for theatrical art, just like the financial sector. At the same time, the headquarters of the largest organizations of the American press are also in New York. The capital of the state of New York is the city of Albany, although New York is by far the city that gives its name to the state. Today, Texas is the 2nd most important state in the United States, but it is rumored to be a strong contender for the #1 spot in the near future. In fact, Texas is one of the most important states in American culture and history. It is also one of the most recognizable by name worldwide. Of course, the most important feature of this state is oil. It is the most oil-producing state in the United States. If it were a country on its own, it would be in the top 10 in the world with this feature, or even in the top 5 if we look at the data spread over the years. They are also at the top of the country in natural gas production. In terms of energy, they are developed not only in natural resources but also in nuclear and renewable energy. In this way, they meet a large part of the energy needs of the USA, the third most populous and fourth largest country in the world. In recent years, many countries whose income is based solely on natural resources have started working to diversify their economies, because it is claimed that these resources will run out in the near future. Texas has also been preparing for the post-natural resource future for some time. State governments have been making legal arrangements to attract investments, especially technology companies. Today, Texas has no personal or corporate income tax. Chief Executive Magazine, the respected business magazine in the United States, has ranked the state as the #1 state for doing business in the United States for 18 consecutive years. Texas is starting to reap the rewards of its efforts. Many large companies, especially giants like Tesla and Amazon, have either moved their headquarters here or expanded their operational capacities here. Texas is known as a bastion of conservatism in American politics, but in recent years, as I said before, this situation has started to break down with the arrival of big companies here, because they started to receive a lot of immigration of qualified people. They are now the most immigrant state in the United States. Their population, which was about 21 million in 2000, is now over 30.5 million. And the skilled people who are migrating here are mostly of a liberal persuasion. California is certainly the most important state in the United States of America. Located in the southwest of the country, it is also the most populous state with around 40 million inhabitants. This means that almost 1 out of every 10 Americans lives in California. It also ranks third in terms of land size. The most prominent feature of California is technology, and the economic size created by the production of this technology. This state, which has the largest economy in the United States, would be the 5th largest economy in the world if it were a country on its own. Many of the world's most valuable technology companies are based here, including Apple, Google, Intel, and Nvidia. The famous Silicon Valley, where they are all located together, is shaping the future of the world. For example, almost all of the developments in artificial intelligence, which is today's most popular topic, are coming from Silicon Valley. According to the business magazine Fortune, 53 of the world's 500 most valuable companies are headquartered in California. It is one of the most important places in the world, not only for technology, but also for finance, manufacturing, tourism, media, and entertainment. According to surveys conducted by the American financial institution WalletHub, it has been named the most fun state. Hollywood, the center of the movie industry, which is one of the important soft powers of the United States, is located here. The movies produced by Hollywood are one of the cornerstones of American propaganda. Although the state of California has large deserts such as Colorado, Mojave, and Sonoran, it also has the largest agricultural production in the United States. The Central Valley, in the central part of the state, is a very productive agricultural region. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, it produces more than half of the fruits, vegetables, and nuts in the United States. This state also has the highest number of military bases in the United States. There are 32 military bases here. It ranks third in terms of money spent on defense contracts. I will also share the 5 least important states in the United States. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss this.